Cold weather fishing gear. This is what I've been wearing for the past 3 years now, and it's been plenty. We start off with the Fjord pant. It's a Sims fishing item. If anybody knows Sims, they are rather expensive, but I mean, it's well worth the money. Again, 3 years and going strong. These pants are like a double fleece. I just have regular dress socks to go inside my wading pants, and that's all I wear for my bottoms. I can fish in about 30-degree weather and not have any issues at all. And so you just take you some fishing pants, got a neoprene bootie on there, and that's why I don't wear thicker socks, because then my toes will be really cramped. These aren't saltwater boots. I do have them, but they're big and clunky. They look like moon boots. And so I use freshwater ones that are very lightweight, but in doing so, they wear out pretty easy from the salt. It really corrodes them, and it eats up the glue. For my top, I don't know if y'all can see that. This is a puff jacket from Colombia. And then I just have a regular, like, dry fit, summer style, long sleeve shirt. That's it. We're ready for fishing the cold water. So that right there in a nutshell is what I'm using. It's not much, but it at least lets you know what it is that you can possibly wear to stay dry and warm during our Texas winters. What I'm gonna do now is go further into detail all the items that I just showed you in that quick clip. And what you're seeing is basically these dress socks. They're just nylon, and you can buy them anywhere. They're fairly inexpensive, very thin, so that whenever you do put your wading pants on, which are right here, but before we start talking about this, let's talk about the next item, which is the Fjord pant. It's, again, made by Sims, very expensive, but you pay for what you, or you get what you pay for in this sense. And you call it a double fleece because it has a layer of fleece on the inside, which makes it very comfortable, soft, and warm. And then you have fleece on the outside, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. It makes it very easy at the end of the day whenever it's time to get out of all the gear, because all you have to do is just take off one pant. That's it. You remove your wading pant, and all you're left with is this. And down here at the bottom, they've got a piece like some stirrups to hold it seated under your foot. And right here around the calf area, it's pretty tight, so it lets you slide through the wading pant, or if you're gonna use this under your fishing pants to stay warm, then these will not hike up whenever you're trying to layer. So I don't know, maybe you've experienced something like sweatpants, and then whenever you put your other pants over sweatpants, it has a tendency, those sweatpants will have a tendency to rise up. I can't stand any of that, and so that's what that stirrup does. You've got pockets in here, so what I like to do is, I'm already partially dressed before I even go out there on the water. I wear these as my actual pant. They look like some joggers, and I will wear some slides right here, and you can just use any slides that you want. That's how I walk into the store to go buy ice or food or whatever it may be that I need to buy, but that's kind of the way that I'm walking around. I will have a dry fit shirt that's long sleeve for fishing. It's got like a hoodie, and then above this, like for my top layers, I'm wearing, again, that dry fit fishing shirt, and then just my puff jacket. This is from Colombia. It's lasted me, oh goodness, I purchased it in New York when I was still in the military, and it was like my skiing jacket. And being that, you know, I have this, I wasn't gonna go out and purchase a jacket that was specifically designed for fishing, although I probably should, because the problem that I have with this jacket right here it doesn't go down long enough in the back. And so whenever you sit down and then you reach forward, the lower portion has a tendency to rise up, and it exposes the small of your back, and you'll lose a lot of heat. It's been bothersome for me, but not enough to the point where I'm gonna drop another couple $100 for a puff jacket specifically designed for fishing. So this will work. I think they called it like an interchange jacket. You might still be able to find something basic and simple like this on Amazon, not too sure. So that basically completes my top. If it's really cold and the weather is kind of like drizzly or something like that, I don't fish in those conditions anymore. Usually I'll just take the day off. But if it is and you need to protect your hands, these right here were from my military days as well. It's got a hole right here at your index finger so that you can pop it out and tie knots with your index finger. They aren't waterproof, but they are like form-fitting, so you can have all your fingers protected whenever you're casting. You can do everything like that. It's not going to affect you, but they will get waterlogged whenever you start like taking on like a mist, or when it's foggy. It's very thick and it starts to accumulate all over your gloves and on the cast. The reel, like there's a fine mist that spins off the spool when you're using braid, and they will tend to get waterlogged, but these are what I'll wear. I haven't worn them in like 2 years probably. And let's talk about the boots. So what I have down here are the saltwater version of a wading boot and then the freshwater. I can't stand the saltwater ones. As I said earlier, they look like moon boots, and I mean, that just looks ridiculous. It's not about the looks though. It's the fit and function. They are very stiff in comparison to the flyweight boot for freshwater. So that's the main reason why I hate wearing these. And we go to the freshwater one. The downfall to this is, again, not designed for the salt. You can see that the speed little grommets for your laces to go around your ankles, they're severely corroded on both boots, on all my boots actually, because I use them for the jetties as well, just a smaller size. So you got to buy a larger size with Simms wading boots compared to what you wear to accommodate the neoprene booty right there, because that's pretty thick. And that's why you can get away with just wearing a dress sock for your bottom layers. Just a simple dress sock. It'll fit inside there and it won't cramp out your toes. And then you go back over here to the boot again. It's one size bigger, but check out the glue that keeps this all together. It's falling apart from the boot itself. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for these boots. But we do have the saltwater one. They're very uncomfortable. Your feet are just smashed in one position. These you can at least bend at the toes, and they're like freedom of movement and everything is amazing with that. But when you buy that, you end up, I mean, look how many of these boots we have. We got quite a bit of boots right here. That's because I go through them, like they'll only last 2 to maybe 3 seasons before the glue starts to wear off. And so I use them for wading, and then I have a smaller size, which I use for the jetties. And this is one of the newer jetty shoes that we've got right here. So I'm saving these until these ones wear out right there for the jetty, but we're talking about something completely different. So yeah, that's right there is in detail. I don't think I forgot anything. It's going to protect you whenever you're out there. It'll keep you dry, being that we're using wading pants. From the waist down, I'm going to be completely dry. If I was wade fishing, then I have waders, which are these guys right here, go all the way up to your chest. So you get a couple of extra inches of dryness for actual wade fishing. The only thing that's going to truly save you if you fall out of your kayak is going to be something like this. And in all honesty, this is overkill. I purchased this in New York because their waters are a lot more frigid than what we have here in Texas. And this is a full-on dry suit made from Gore-Tex. You have a neoprene gasket at the neck, 2 neoprene gaskets at the wrists, and then a waterproof zipper that goes the length right here so you can get in and put this on. I did wear it for probably a couple of months when I retired and came back home to Texas and started fishing these waters. But again, just complete overkill. And experience has taught me to go with what I got right here. Fishing pants, that double fleece pant for the bottoms, and a puff jacket. I can fish in 30-degree waters or 30-degree ambient temperatures very comfortably. I'm nice and toasty, but if you take a dip into the water, hopefully you're really good at getting back out, and you can practice it before it eventually happens, because you may need to go the route of the dry suit, which will keep you completely dry, but your dexterity, your movement, you don't have that much freedom with a dry suit versus the other route that I have chosen to go. Yeah, I will link, if I can, I will link some of these items, but for the most part, they're not going to be available. Whatever is, I will link down there in my video description. I earn absolutely nothing from commissions or anything like that. I'm not associated with any of these brands at all. Just letting y'all know what works for me, and that seems to be what it is that y'all have been asking me, which prompted me to do this video. So hopefully you appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.